Okay, so I'm going to go over a couple of flea market knives that I got. I've had these for a little while, and I think I showed a little bit of them in a video once, but let's kind of go over them. These are two, I'm going to call them switchblades. They're not actually switchblades, and I'll explain why. But this one, both of these, I got, no I did not. I got this one from a flea market. This one was AliExpress, actually. This one's at a flea market. I think I paid, it was in southern Louisiana, and I paid, it's like, I want to think it was 15 bucks. Might have been 20. I usually don't pay more than 20 at a flea market. And I thought it was pretty cool, felt good. These handles are pretty good fake. I don't think that's bone by any means, but I think it's a pretty nice fake bone. The knife I've had for years, and it's still going strong. This one is every bit as good as that one. Now that does feel like real wood. This one came from China, got it from AliExpress, and it's basically identical to this one. They both have a lock lever here, buttons, and they open. Now you can see that this one is well used. It's usually my package opening knife, and it's got stiletto on the blade. The weight is very nice on these knives. They're solid. Let's just put that way, they're solid. The fit and finish, the fit has a lot to be desired. This isn't flush across the back. You can see that the handles don't meet in perfectly with the hardware tang, whatever, hilt of the knife. And I don't have a real stiletto, and never will, to be able to compare against to see how, you know, the big difference in the two. But you can see gaps here, there, and yonder. But for $5 and 10 or 15 or whatever I paid for this one, they're in really good shape, and they've held up. Because when I seen this one in AliExpress, I was like, you know what, this one's held up for so many years, I'm gonna get one of these just to see, and kind of find out it's basically the same thing. So they were buying them for $5 and selling them for 15, and so they was making pretty good money. So it's this knife has been opened a lot. You can see that is what makes it not a real switchblade, because the spring is only so far, and inertia brings it on to the open point. If it was spring loaded all the way to open, then that would be a actual stiletto, and illegal in a lot of places. Not in Louisiana, but illegal in everywhere, I don't know, a lot of other places. You can see this one says stiletto, this one does not. The other side is blank on this one, and this one says ST6 440 stainless, and this side is AKC Italy. So I think this one was supposed to be a literal stiletto knockoff. And so, but these two knives are in real good condition, real good shape. I really do like these knives. I've had a lot of good luck with them. They've held up good over the years. Nothing's loosened up, nothing's fell apart. The release mechanism is still tight on both of them. You know, that's a good solid chunk of metal, and that may be pot metal, I don't know, but it's a good solid chunk of metal. Neither one of them have issues in that department. The locks hold good. This one's a little stiffer than this one. This one I usually keep above over here on my power supply to grab if I need one here, but this is this cheap Walmart bug out killer is mainly the knife I use most of the time to cut stuff in packagings and all that kind of stuff. And I've used the what is the 940 a lot here lately, and those have been like my staple knives here on the bench. And this one stays over on my nightstand, and that's where I'll open a lot of pop boxes or something like that a lot of times. And so these knives, they feel good. They got a good weight. They're about identical in weight. The finish, although the knife is not flush on the back, the finish is good. There's no machining marks. It's not rough or ugly. See, this one is shiny on both sides. There's maybe a little bit of roughness down on the bottom edge on each side here, and that's about it. Front side is basically the same way. To give you an idea of dimensions, these are identical to each other. Overall width is about 7/8 of an inch. Over handle length is, I'm going to say 5 inches. The blade is just shy of 4 inches. The cutting length of the blade is just over 3 1/4. And width is just over 1/2 inch. It's just overs. And the blade width is almost, oh man, that's almost 1/8 of an inch, right? That's every bit of 1/8 of an inch. So it's thick. It's a good, solid, heavy knife. Long blade, good for jigging. That's a jigger. It's definitely a jigger. That's for sure. So I don't have a real one to go by, but these right here, to be honest with you, I can imagine a real one being much smoother and nicer. But at the same time, these feel great. They feel great. They work great. They're reliable. They have never failed to open, and they've both been opened a lot. These knives, I think, are well worth buying if you see them. Just pick them up. If they got some good weight to them, then you know it's one of these knives here. Look on the inside. Make sure that this isn't just stamped metal, that these are solid pieces of metal. And that's what both of these are. I don't know what you would end up paying for these knives now, but at the same time, these are nice. I like them. I definitely recommend them if you see them. And they've got them in a dark, like a maybe a cherry or walnut wood grain. I've seen them in a blue type colored grain of wood. I've seen them in all different flavors of this imitation bone and colors as well. And here recently in Texas on vacation, I've seen a bunch of these, and they were pretty well priced, but I'm fixing to do a video on some of those knives. Actually, I'm going to do a video on a couple of more knives, surprising knives. So anyway, I appreciate you spending the time to be here with me, and I'll see you next time. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.